December 18th, overnight strike against Belbek Airfield. A MiG-31 fighter jet destroyed. Multiple radar systems obliterated. Air defense units wiped out. Hundreds of millions of dollars gone in minutes. This is how Ukraine turned Crimea's strongest base into burning wreckage. Crimea was supposed to be Russia's fortress. The Belbek Airfield was its crown jewel, protected by advanced radar systems, S-400 batteries, fighter jets. Russia believed these assets were untouchable. But on December 18th, Ukraine proved them wrong. Today, I'm breaking down the massive overnight strike. That destroyed Putin's unstoppable weapons. The targets hit, the damage inflicted, the strategic implications. You'll see why Russia just lost everything at Belbek. Let's dive in. Belbek Airfield is Russia's main military airfield in Crimea, located in the city of Sevastopol. This isn't just another base. It's home to Su-30S MiG-31s, helicopters, all used to launch airstrikes on mainland Ukraine and coordinate aerial assaults over the Black Sea. The significance of this airbase is enormous. Its aircraft and air defenses extend coverage deep into Ukraine, providing critical screening for the nearby Russian naval base at Sevastopol, extending coverage far out into the Black Sea. Belbek serves both defensive and offensive purposes. Russia uses it to protect Crimea from Ukrainian attacks, and as a launch point for strikes against Ukrainian territory. Taking out assets at Belbek opens opportunities for future Ukrainian operations. The base becomes more vulnerable. Radar coverage in the Black Sea gets reduced. Russia has to deal with greater chance of undetected threats, targeting ships from the Black Sea Fleet. Anything that limits Russia's ability to launch airstrikes against Ukrainian territory is valuable. According to the UK's House of Lords Library, between October 5th and 12th alone, Russia fired 92 missiles and nearly 1,400 glide bombs at Ukraine. The headline strike of the night was the MiG-31 destruction. According to the SBU, the fighter jet was worth up to $50 million and was fully loaded with weapons, likely in anticipation of conducting a strike against Ukraine. The MiG-31 has been designed to intercept and destroy aerial targets at both medium and high altitudes. This suggests the jet was stationed at Belbek, ready to take to the skies, to destroy the very types of weapons that just hit it. The War Zone reports that Ukraine claims the MiG-31 carried a full combat load, though available video reveals no armament under its wings. Potentially, it carries air-to-air missiles below the fuselage, but forward-mounted examples are not visible. The possibility of this aircraft being a decoy can't be ruled out, though a legitimate MiG-31 has been seen at Belbek sporadically over the last few weeks. Assuming the jet was real, it's the second MiG-31 Russia has lost at Belbek, and only the second confirmed combat loss of a MiG-31 from the stockpile of about 130 that Russia has. Army technology offers details about the weapons Ukraine's drones may have destroyed. The MiG-31 can be loaded with various air-to-air missiles, including the long-range Vimpel R-33E. Ukraine didn't just target the MiG-31, it systematically destroyed Russia's ability to see incoming threats. 2 Nebo-SVU radar systems were obliterated, each worth between $60 and $100 million. These radar complexes are the eyes of Russian air defense in Crimea, coordinating the actions of air defense systems and fighter jets. At the Belbek base, the Nebo-SVU is part of the Nebo family of very high-frequency radars, capable of providing 2D and 3D data, covering what's happening in the skies within their area of operation. The system entered service in 2004. It has intelligent systems that identify friends from foes and suppress active jammers that would hinder its work. The system can detect targets at a distance of up to 350 kilometers. That's around 217 miles. A single Nebo-SVU can track up to 100 targets simultaneously, making it perfect for helping Russia's air defense systems deal with Ukraine's drone hordes and missiles. The Nebo-SVU is supposed to set them up, so Russia's fighter jets and air defense systems can knock them down. Instead, 2 of these radar complexes failed to detect Ukraine's drones, leading to them being taken out of the equation. If these were the only 2 at Belbek, then Ukraine may have just rendered the base's fighter jets and air defense systems utterly useless. Ukraine also targeted a 92 N6E radar, a key element of the S-400 air defense system. The loss of this radar could be a major blow for Russia, because losing it may mean the entire S-400 battery stationed at Belbek is unable to fire with any sort of precision until it is replaced. That means another major cost has to be absorbed by Russia. The cost of losing the utility of this S-400 battery could be as high as $500 million. Russia basically has expensive military hardware sitting around, doing nothing due to a single radar being taken out. Army recognition describes what this radar does. It has the NATO codename Grave Stone, and it is an extremely advanced mobile radar system. Like the Nebo-SVU, the 92 N6E radar is capable of tracking up to 100 targets at once, providing full 360-degree coverage. Drones shouldn't be able to escape its notice. The radar was designed to track everything, from low-altitude aircraft to ballistic missiles. Specifically, the radar should track targets flying as low as 20 meters, about 65 feet off the ground, and those targets should show up once they come within 300 kilometers of the radar. Finally, there's the Pantsir S-2 air defense system that the SBU claims to have destroyed, a short-range system capable of hitting targets within a range of 30 kilometers, about 18.6 miles, thanks to upgraded surface-to-air missiles. The system also comes equipped with its own radar, which has a detection range of about 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles more than the Pantsir's missile range. The idea? The radar tracks and the missiles destroy, with enough range difference to allow time for the Pantsir to send its weaponry into the skies. If those 12 missiles fail, the Pantsir S-2 also comes with a pair of 30mm anti-aircraft guns that have a combined fire rate of up to 5,000 rounds per minute. Those guns can shoot rounds in bursts of up to 250 at a time. They're meant to be the quick-firing backup for when the air defense system's missiles fail to hit their mark. All 4 pieces of equipment Ukraine destroyed combined to form the bulk of Belbek base's air defenses. The SBU timed its operation for the dead of night, when Russia's air defense crews were less likely to expect an attack. Under the cover of darkness, the SBU's drones flew several hundred kilometers to arrive at Belbek, bypassing nighttime patrols in the process. Ukraine made sure to strike targets in a specific order. The Nebo-SVU radars were the first to go down. This makes sense given their long detection ranges. Those radars may have seen the SBU's drones coming, but if they did, it was too late. Once they went down, the rest of the drones could carve clearer paths. The Grave Stone radar went down next, meaning Belbek's S-400s became a non-factor. The entire battery was blinded with this single strike. All it could do was fire blindly into the sky. After that, the Pantsir S-2 was taken out. This air defense system has its own built-in radar, so destroying it meant destroying what may have been the last piece of equipment in Belbek that could locate Ukraine's drones. Finally, with the path cleared, Ukraine hit Russia's MiG-31. A massive explosion turned that fighter jet into a pile of ash after such a successful Ukrainian strike. You might expect Russia's authorities to claim the drones were shot down. That did happen on the local level. Regional authorities put out vague notifications about repelling the attack even as the Belbek base burned. However, the Russian Defense Ministry has stayed completely silent, likely because it can't twist a Ukrainian strike against one of the most legitimate military targets in Crimea into a supposed terroristic attack against civilians. That is definitively not what happened. For Ukraine, this is yet another successful strike against the Russian military in Crimea, as it continues a campaign to excise the occupiers from a peninsula that Putin annexed by force in 2014. What this strike does, as have the many others in Crimea, is further weaken Putin's hold on illegally seized territory. The entire war has seen Ukraine gradually expand its Crimea strategy. What started with isolated strikes against Black Sea fleet ships has grown to Ukraine striking targets like Belbek to destroy Russia's air defenses. Ukraine's current Crimean strategy will not necessarily win the war, but by slowly constricting Crimea, it prevents Russia from targeting Ukraine's soft underbelly. This operation was another devastating blow to Russia in Crimea. $50 million fighter jet destroyed. Radar systems obliterated. Air defense units wiped out, hundreds of millions in losses. Ukraine proved once again that Crimea is not safe, that Russia's unstoppable weapons can be stopped, that distance and defenses don't guarantee security. Crimea is becoming a wasteland of Russian military assets, and Ukraine shows no signs of stopping. What impressed you most about this strike? The systematic targeting? The radar destruction? The strategic impact on Crimea? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more analysis of Ukraine's Crimean campaign, hit subscribe.